So, what if I told you there's a way to clean up our planet that actually pays companies to pollute less? Sounds kind of wild, right? Well, it's a real thing, and it's called cap and trade.
Okay, so here is the massive challenge. How in the world do you get literally thousands of different companies to pollute less? I mean, you could try burying them in regulations and rules, but what if there's a smarter, more powerful way to do it?
Well, what if instead of just using rules, we put a price on pollution and let the market do the work? Think about it like this. What if we just flipped the whole script? We could make polluting really expensive and make being clean and innovative really profitable. That's the big aha moment behind this whole idea.
It all starts with the first part of the name. Let's talk about step one, the cap.
The cap is, well, exactly what it sounds like. A government basically draws a line in the sand. They set a hard, firm limit, a ceiling, on the total amount of pollution an entire industry or even a whole state is allowed to pump out. You can think of it like a strict pollution budget for everybody combined.
Now here's the really crucial part. That cap doesn't just stay the same. Nope, it's designed to get tighter and tighter and tighter every single year. This forces the total amount of pollution to go down, guaranteed. Companies have to get cleaner to stay within that shrinking budget.
So that's the cap. Now for the really clever part. Step 2, the trade.
So, under that big overall cap, the government issues a specific number of permits, or what they call allowances, and each one of these gives a company the legal right to emit exactly 1 ton of carbon. Simple as that. If you're going to pollute, you need to own the permits to back it up.
Okay, let's make this real. Imagine we've got 2 companies. Company A is super modern and efficient. For them to cut 1 ton of CO2, it only costs them $5. But then you've got Company B. They're a bit older, less efficient, and for them to cut that same exact ton of CO2, it costs $15. Big difference, right? Now the regulator comes along and says, all right, folks, to meet our new cap, both of you need to cut your emissions by 5,000 tons. Now look at this. This is where the magic happens. Without trading, Company A would spend 25 grand, and Company B is out 75 grand. But with trading, whoa. Company A doesn't just spend money, it makes $15,000. And Company B, they save a whopping 35 grand. So how is that even possible? Okay, here's how it plays out. Company A looks at their numbers and goes, hey, it's super cheap for us to cut pollution. So they don't just cut their required amount, they cut an extra 5,000 tons. Now they have a bunch of spare permits they can sell. Meanwhile, Company B is thinking, yikes, it's going to cost us $75,000 to do this ourselves. So instead, they just buy Company A's extra allowances for, say, $40,000. And boom, Company A makes a profit, Company B saves a ton of money, and most importantly, the same amount of pollution gets cut, but it's done in the smartest, cheapest way possible. All right, so that's the theory. It sounds good on paper, but does this whole making green profitable thing actually work in the real world? Oh yeah, it absolutely does. This is not some textbook fantasy. Take a look at this. This chart shows you the real live market price for carbon allowances in California's program. You can literally see the price tag on pollution, the cost of one of those 1-ton allowances, and how it's been climbing as that cap gets tighter. It's a real market. And the results? They kind of speak for themselves. California's program worked so well that it hit its big 2020 climate goal, getting emissions all the way back down to 1990 levels. And it did it ahead of schedule. That's a huge win. So let's boil this all down. What's the one big idea you should really take away from all of this? If you remember one thing, make it this. Cap and trade rewards efficiency and it punishes waste. Simple as that. The companies that are the smartest, the most innovative, the ones that figure out the cheapest ways to get clean, they're the ones who actually profit. It just completely flips the script. Suddenly, pollution isn't something you can do for free anymore. Nope, it's a real cost on your balance sheet. And innovation, that's not just some nice thing you do for PR. It becomes a genuine business opportunity. And that kind of makes you think, doesn't it? If we can use this market model to tackle carbon emissions, what other massive global problems could we solve with the same kind of thinking? So there you have it. That's how cap and trade turns pollution into a problem that the market itself can help solve. If you're into clear answers for complex questions like this, definitely hit that subscribe button for more from Energy Simply Explained. Thanks for tuning in.